Hey everybody, it's been a while since we've given you a video update, so today's the day. We have had a lot of things going on the last several weeks, and we wanted to show you what we've been up to. We've been up to our eyeballs in house stuff and been a little crazy. So what we've done, we've got our concrete in. We had our concrete crew basically just not show up, and we were able to get another concrete crew in within a week, and they did a fantastic job. We had a couple of other contractors up here on the job doing various things, and they wanted to know who did the work on the foundation because they did such a great job. So it all turned out the way it was supposed to.
Another thing that was important for us to get done was to install a temporary solar setup. So we've got 6 375 watt panels here. We've got them into our full battery setup inside the shed. And what we've been able to do with that is actually power the entire build site. So we're not having to use a generator for all the tools, compressors, all that stuff. So we've got 6 panels outside. That's only a third of the panels that will be part of our total system when we get the house built. Well, we've got it hooked up to our entire battery array. So we've got 20 600 amp hour batteries that are wired together to make one 24 volt battery. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. And then that goes through to our inverter, which takes the electricity from the PV panels, goes through and the batteries, and then inverts that to regular AC that then we've got spread throughout the shed and the job site. So all in all, it works great. We've got more power than we know what to do with right now.
On the other side of the shed, we decided to set up our HQ. Since we're going to be up here a lot and it's getting colder outside, we wanted a place where we could set up our computers, work from here, make phone calls, and take care of other business. It's kind of a mess right now, but we've got our desk and we've got all of our tools. We've got batteries charging and a place for Molly to hang out when she's up here as well.
So with the change in the weather and us moving our daily operations from the camper, which is down the hill, to the shed up here where we've got our power now, we had to run our communication system up the mountain from the dish down by the camper. And so we know we're going to have to move this again as we start to do our final grade and everything in the next couple of months. So we actually buried this tube and ran our cable up to the shed in the office where we can have internet and our phone calls over the internet.
One of the first things we had to do as soon as our foundation was ready was put in air tubes that go along the outside around the perimeter of one corner of the house. We have 3 air tubes that come into the house, and these are the 3 tubes that come in. And what these do is in the summer, the air will come from the other end of the tube, go through the ground and get preconditioned before it comes into the house, meaning in the summer it will cool the air before it comes into the ERV system. And opposite, in the winter, the air will come in and be heated up through the ground before it comes into the house. So basically this system is a lot of our heating system and all of our air conditioning as well.
Then Kevin came back and started to push all the dirt back into the ginormous hole that we had carved in the side of the mountain. And now you can start to see how the house is going to sit in the landscape. So one of the main values that we had was we wanted the house to really blend into the landscape, and we had made such a huge hole trying to get around the rocks and make a flat spot for the foundation that we were actually really concerned that it wouldn't look like it was naturally here. But Kevin did a great job. Obviously it's bare dirt now, but once the grass and everything comes back through, it's really going to look nice. So it fits in, and then framing started. Mitch and the gang from Palmer & Sons Construction, they're helping us frame the house, and they are amazing. And so as you can see, we've started to get the stem wall in and then the floor joists, and there's a few interesting aspects of this build that actually they've never seen before and I've never seen before, but it's part of the passive system. And if you look down right here, it's actually because there's a thermal break between the foundation and where the interior of the house is going to be. So this space right here, this 8-inch gap, is actually going to be filled with rock wool insulation. So there's a complete thermal break from the outside of the house to the inside of the house. And so our interior walls will actually start here, but then this space, our exterior walls, are going to start out past the edge of the concrete. So our walls will be about 15 or 16 inches thick. And so the house will be completely thermally separated from the elements outside, which is great when we're getting heat from the sun and then maintaining that temperature without a heater.
So after the foundation was poured and the forms were all taken off, we got down here and we cleaned up all the crawl space, and then we had bedrock slingers come and put pea gravel in the bottom, because we're going to be crawling around down here on our hands and knees, hopefully not very often, but we wanted it to be kind of gentle on the knees of us old folks. But anyway, when the bedrock slingers came, they have these super cool trucks that we had never seen before.
Okay, I don't know if you can tell. This truck is remote control. We had a lot of trouble excavating, running into rocks. We actually had to move the house several times to get it to land where it eventually landed, but still be in the right position to tie into where the bridge is going to go across the top. So we had to get creative, and I want to show you a couple of things we had to get creative with. I'm in the crawl space now under the house, and which we share permanently with this rock that would not go away. And I want to show you what Dano from the framing crew did so we could get our sill plate in. He actually spent an entire day grinding away the rock, leaving this 16-inch section so that our sill plate could be bolted down on both sides, which goes to show you just the level of passion that these guys have about getting this house right, which is really exciting to us.
Right now we're standing in the breezeway between the house and the garage, and under the breezeway are two huge compartments where our water tanks are gonna sit. We have two 1,750 gallons of water each. One in here and one over there.
We also had our propane tank dropped. We got a 500-gallon propane tank, which should last us a very long time. And we had it delivered already so that they could get it in when the weather was good, and so that we could lock in our prices before the gas got expensive.
So that's what's been going on. A couple of things that are coming up next week are going to be septic installation and pouring the slab for the garage floor. Yesterday was about 80 degrees. Today we woke up and we've got about 4 or 5 inches of snow. But look what else we have. Yesterday we were able to put up these two walls. It was nice and sunny, And this morning we came up, did a lot of hard work shoveling, and we got another wall up. Pretty exciting. We really appreciate all your likes and comments. Keep them coming and keep watching. We'll see you soon.